What is going on, everybody? Thomas here from That Money Guy. Today, we're going to be talking about the stimulus check. The check that has been the cause of so much controversy recently. Now, Congress has failed to pass yet another stimulus bill. We're in some crazy times at the moment, and just to kind of preface this or preface this, I just want to kind of start off with what we saw in the last bill. You know, we saw checks totaling around $1,200 being sent to the vast majority of Americans. That number would adjust based on your income. You know, as of I think 90,000, I think it would drop a certain amount for every $100 or $150 that you earned. What we're seeing now is a scramble, basically, between the two parties to try and get out a second stimulus bill. This is very, very difficult stuff. None of this is easy. None of this is stuff that I can really explain, but I'm going to try my best. Both parties believe that there should be a second stimulus payment sent. I think that's pretty unanimous across the board. Certain people want that number to be higher. Certain people want it to be lower. Both have valid reasons, I guess you could say, as to why it should be higher and as to why it should be lower. But they were pretty much unanimous on the fact that there's going to be a second stimulus bill. It should be, again, around $1,200 per individual with an extra amount added on for dependents. We are seeing, hopefully, a restriction or minimization in what the requirements to be a dependent are. They're raising the age of the dependent. They are raising the status of the dependent. And so it is, you know, hopefully this is going to be something that is going to include a lot more people. What we are really trying to establish here, or what the government's trying to establish here, is, you know, you've got the Democratic Party, which is trying to basically try and take care of everybody, which is to talk about that, I would have to say I think that's I think it's a very noble thing to do. But you also have the Republican Party, again, with very valid reasons, say, hey, look, guys, we just keep ramping up spending and the money's not coming in. You know, we've got to be careful here. Again, a very valid concern. It's not my point to say who is right and who's wrong, but what we need to start seeing is bipartisan support. We need to see a stimulus payment created, and we need to start seeing movement in the government, which is something that we haven't really been seeing. For the past 2 weeks, there have been serious talks about it, but nothing has been done yet. Unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of talk coming from both sides. A lot of it is he said, she said, but we aren't seeing much movement. Now, what we've seen is Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell. We're seeing a lot of movement there, like talking back and forth and rapport, and hopefully that means that we're at least trying to, you know, we're at least being heard, or at least being listened to. I understand that a lot of you right now are pretty sore in the government. I still, for better or for worse, like to give them the benefit of the doubt. But I, like you, am in that income bracket for the stimulus check. I would be eligible for it, and I could really use it right now. My girlfriend would also be in that bracket, hopefully, but she was last time as well. But she never received her stimulus check. Whether she was classed as a dependent in her family, I couldn't tell you. We don't understand what is going on there. A lot of people are saying they haven't received their checks. A lot of people are saying they have. It's a very, very strange and crazy time. You know, one of the things I hope that we're seeing the second time around is a lot of the kinks figured out. You know, are we going to be sending it via check? Another option we've heard is debit cards, kind of like a prepaid $1,200 gift card, if you were, which again is something that is very, you know, that's an option. You know, direct deposit as well. Some people, again, a lot of people saying that they didn't get it even though they applied for it. So from what I've heard, rumblings from Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, he's saying that, you know what, all I need is a signature and I can start sending out these checks. You know, if if it were me personally, what I would do is I would take care of the stimulus bill for the public first. I'd at least take care of that. That is something that has been done before. That is something that overall, again, I'm talking on a broad spectrum here. It has overall been effective. It's worked. Hopefully, like I said, they figured out the kinks so we can get it out a lot quicker. I'd say take care of that, because at least businesses that are struggling will have some kind of money coming in from people with stimulus checks. It doesn't help in the long term, I understand, but that's something that they could work on after. You know, instead of making this massive stimulus bill, why not break it down into a few smaller ones? Talk about what we can do for families. Talk about what we can do for individuals, for businesses, small businesses, startups, things like that. There's got to be ways that we can spur on this economy, even in this hard time. Now, you know, we've seen, again, two different plans from the government. The Democratic government has put forward a $3 trillion stimulus relief package. The Republican government has put together a $1 trillion stimulus relief package. And basically, the idea is trying to find that middle ground. Now, it's difficult, you know, because we're talking about matters of emotion here. We're talking about families that are being evicted, families in crisis, men, women, old, young, are having really, really difficult times right now. And so, you know, I'm trying to approach this as level-headed and as understanding as I can be, because, like I said, I could really be using this as well. But it's difficult because, unfortunately, we have different states, we have different counties where the cost of living is much higher in some than in others. In a lot of, well, in a few states, just to name, you know, California, New York, Florida, rent is quite a bit higher than the rest of the country, and so $1,200 is really not going to do anything, really. Unfortunately, in San Mateo County, the highest median monthly rent, which is that's pretty much just the average in that county, is $2,100. It doesn't even say here. I'm on CNBC, and it says here that it's Santa Clara, San Mateo. They're both around $2,100. Marin County's $1,900, almost $2,000, and then we see Virginia's a lot as well. Basically, it's some scary times. We are definitely going to see another bill passed. That is for certain. When that is going to be, unfortunately, we can't tell you. I wish I could, but I can't. I don't know. I don't really have that power. But I would say the best thing to do is continue to check the news. Talk to your local politicians, your local government. They'll be able to help you out. In regards to unemployment, I know a lot of folks are struggling right now. It's really, really difficult. I wish, you know, I could just snap my fingers and make it all go away, but I can't. One of the things I can say, and one of the things I will say is, right now, get creative. Do whatever you can. You know, go through your house, you know, declutter, clean stuff, put stuff aside that you could, you know, have a yard sale with, just to make some extra money, because, you know, it'll give you something to do. You know, it'll clean out, declutter your house, it'll make you feel better because you're clean, you're occupied, and you have some money at the end of it. There are still opportunities out there. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to see. It might not be enough for your family, but something is better than nothing. Look, guys, this is a tough one. I know. I understand, and I'm sorry, but we're going to do it. I know we can. I know we will. For those of you that like this video, please smash and destroy that like button. Please comment. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear how you guys are getting through this. And I want to know, you know, how it's been impacting you. And we can make a video on that where I can express other people's concerns. Thank you guys so much for watching. Adios. Goodbye.